Hallelujah.
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 What's up, Cinephiles? Don't worry, this is not a religious worship video because for this episode, it's finally here. The film that took on a mythical proportion, Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the Snyder Cut. Now, before we begin, if you are new to our channel, consider leaving a like and subscribing to us for weekly reviews of movies and TV shows. Now, Kevin, what is this movie all
I
about?
bet you guys already know what this movie is all about. Now you might be asking yourself, I have already seen Justice League back in 2017, so why am I seeing this again? So I'm going to give you some bit of a backstory for those who are not aware of this troubled productions. Basically what happened is, in the middle of production of Justice League, the 2017 version, Zack Snyder's daughter Autumn died, so he has to stop from his directorial responsibilities, and Joss Whedon took over, did some rewrites and reshoots, and in the end they still attached the name of Zack Snyder, but that is barely his work. So a lot of fans have been clamoring for the release of the Snyder Cut, and I believe this is also attached to a campaign, suicide and mental awareness campaign, and so here we are. It is specifically titled as Zack Snyder's Justice League because this is the true version and clocking in for 4 hours. But you know, the story is pretty much the same. Batman is still sad over the loss of Superman back in Batman vs. Superman. And then he assembles this group of superheroes, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, The Flash, to team up against Steppenwolf. He is this supernatural, big, mythical enemy of the DC universe. He aims to collect these mother boxes that when these 3 mother boxes are assembled, it will create destruction for the entire planet. So Phil, I'm so excited for us to talk about this. I bet you are positive because if you're not, I'm going to fight you tooth and nail. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, first off, for the viewers out there, this is our non-spoiler review. We are planning to post a spoiler review afterwards. So, first off, it's really hard to overstate how big of a superhero fans we are. The Justice League, I am always rooting for these guys because these are my childhood superheroes. And while the MCU had the better movies during this generation, I really didn't have much of an emotional connection to the MCU during my childhood because the cartoons that I primarily watched during my childhood days was Justice League. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, all these guys. I love this superhero so much, so I'm always rooting for them. So back in 2017, when the original theatrical release of Justice League came out, even though that there was an initial warning from the critics that it's not a good movie, I watched it all by my lonesome in a movie theater. I didn't exactly think that it was garbage. It wasn't a good movie, but it was serviceable for fans like me at least. But finally, it's here, the Snyder Cut. And my issues with the first movie was fixed in here. When I first heard about the Snyder Cut, I was excited for it for the same reason that Zack Snyder isn't exactly new to this because he is the director of the original theatrical cut of Watchmen, but there's the ultimate cut for Watchmen which clocks in at about 3.5 hours. So there was an about 1 hour of extra footage added to that, and that movie, that ultimate edition of Watchmen by Zack Snyder, is probably one of my best superhero movies to watch. He did the same with this, the Snyder Cut. The characters here are much more explored, particularly Cyborg, The Flash, Aquaman. We get more backstory with them. The original theatrical cut of Justice League was really fast-paced. Joss Whedon was really trying his best to keep the audience engaged by really going to the action sequences as soon as possible, while this cut is more of a slow burn. A really slow burn, in fact. There are a lot of slow motion here in this movie, much like in other Zack Snyder movies, so his imprint is all over. The aspect ratio is 4:3 3 and at the very beginning of the movie, they explicitly mentioned that so that they can maintain Zack Snyder's original vision. So this is really just an awesome cut. Steppenwolf during the theatrical cut was just a villain with really nothing to him. It reminded me a lot of the villain from Thor Dark World where he's just out there with a very vague plan of he just wants to destroy stuff. But in here, they introduce more motivation to him and he looks so much more badass than during the theatrical cut. I really loved this version. And the 4 hours, while long, I really didn't almost feel it. I enjoyed every single minute of this film. And Zack Snyder, I am so glad that he got to release this. So thank you, Internet, for really pushing for this. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you like this as much as I did. I have to extend my gratitude for all the fanboys here who really love it for this Snyder Cut to be released. You know, usually I'm not really a believer of the saying bigger, or in this case longer is better, but this one, it clearly worked for this one. You've partly touched the advantages of having a 4-hour movie, more character development, specifically for Flash. Cyborg in particular is my favorite because there's themes about grief and loss there, which we're going to discuss in our spoiler talk, but I would like to believe that this is also a cathartic release for Zack Snyder because he had already gone through the same grief process through what I would like to imagine that Cyborg did in this movie. Moving forward, it's only inevitable that we'll be comparing a lot of from Whedon and the work of Zack Snyder, and I've always believed that MCU, they are great, but I would always want to see DC from a different light. Like, this is a dark, gritty, like, you know that from that DC movies. And I guess one of the criticisms of Joss Whedon's Justice League is, I think he inserted the Marvel humor in there, which it kind of disrupts the tone, and his penchant for going through the action scenes. And watching this movie, I was completely convinced that Zack Snyder owned this. Like, this is the vision of what Justice League should be. Overall, does it need to be 4 hours? I don't think so, because you know, there are a lot of things here, especially on the latter part, you know, like it's saving up for future installments, which I'm quite confused, but the pacing here, I really felt the pacing here grows more confident and grows more steady as I watch. It's a bit slow at first, you know, but it didn't really bore me. Maybe because we are big superhero fans, I can say this for everyone. I did watch this in 2 parts, you know. I had to stop because I was sleepy. I just got off from work. But having said that, it certainly helps that the movie divided into certain parts. Like, it's not obligating you to watch it like one whole sitting. Like, okay, you can cut it for part 3, then resume later or tomorrow, you know. I'm not just saying this because I came from a low benchmark from the 2017 Justice League. That is the movie that I've seen it twice and I was even more disappointed, you know. It's quite the inverse for Batman versus Superman. The more I watched that movie, the more I liked it. But in here, a lot of things that you've already mentioned. Steppenwolf, I really like the character design here. He got more meat to his story. And then as a whole, this redemption arc, again, I keep coming back to Cyborg. I was surprised that Cyborg is actually, for the most part, became the heart of the movie. In the Justice League 2017 cut, he's like just a prop there. He's just like a robot there. Like, what is this guy doing? And, you know, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that this movie has an advantage when it comes to the timing of its release. You know, Aquaman already came out. So we already get a groove of what this character is like. We've already seen Wonder Woman, though part 2 is not made available in our country. That's why I have this hunger for super action big tentpole films like this. And man, I got this full course meal served for me. So I'm speechless when I first saw this.
Yeah, you really made some great points, Cyborg being more of a prop during the theatrical release back in 2017, because really he is the lamest of them all during that movie. All he did was hack and become this brooding emo cyborg kid, and during that theatrical cut you can't really understand where all of that is coming from, but now you understand all of that, and he did a lot of cool things in here. And another thing is that you mentioned is the humor, the quippy MCU humor is finally gone. It doesn't really work in terms of continuity of these DCEU films because we've watched Man of Steel, Batman v Superman. It felt forced. To give an example, during the theatrical release, there's this weird rivalry between Superman and the Flash, who is fastest, and that was even the final scene of that movie, Superman and the Flash racing. In here, it's totally gone. Another thing is, during the theatrical release, is there's this some sort of forced romance between Batman and Wonder Woman that didn't just work for me, and I'm glad that didn't make the cut here. So everything here works. Probably my favorite thing about this film, it's free from being PG-13.
Yes.
There's a lot of blood here, and especially during the first action scene of Wonder Woman, it is glorious. Because during the theatrical cut, it's okay, it's a great action scene, but in here, it's much more really engaging and awesome to watch. You see Wonder Woman really beating the crap out of these guys. You see all the blood from the walls. The Snyder Cut is everything that I wanted it to be. All the shortcomings of the theatrical version and Zack Snyder's signature dark and gritty style, it works for me. Everything works for me. If I'm going to have just some minor issues, tends to be a bit too long. It's 4 hours in runtime, and while I loved every minute of it, I think that it could have been trimmed down just a little bit, maybe by even 20 minutes, so that the pacing would have been slightly better. But this cut is my go-to cut for the Justice League now. I'm going to erase my memory of the theatrical version. It's gone. The Snyder Cut is here to stay. This is the Justice League movie that I remember from the DCEU. I am going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Yes, I'm really hoping for this movie to be part of the canon, though I am not sure because I haven't really revisited some of the past films, so I don't know if there will be any continuity issues there. After watching this film, I think my memories of the 2017 film are slowly disintegrating in my head right now. But I guess just to add, there are a lot of additional characters here. I think you've already seen it on the trailer, and if you're a big comic book fan, you definitely know who they are. And yeah, this is such a big, massive undertaking, shattering that PG-13 requirement. That's the biggest advantage of DC over Marvel, because Marvel, they need to stay family friendly, but in here, it's almost limitless, you know? They can use gore, they can curse. I am mostly intrigued by a lot of things that happened on the epilogue, which we are going to discuss in detail later. But I really love this because I got this reinvigorated sense of energy and enthusiasm in me. Like, I can feel that this DC film could work as the counter program for the Marvel films, and I would like to get the best of both worlds. So Zack Snyder has a fundamental understanding of these characters. He really brought his vision into life, and yeah, it's more profound, it's much grander. So yeah, I'm going to go with the same grade with you and give this a 4.5 out of 5 stars.
And that's it for our review of Zack Snyder's Justice League, aka the Snyder Cut. Stay tuned for our spoiler review. We are going to upload that after we upload this non-spoiler review.
That's right, we'll be putting down the link on the description box below. Also, let us know what you think in the comment sections. Do you agree or disagree with us? We want some really heated discussions down below. Go for it. And if you enjoyed watching this video, give us a like and subscribe to us for weekly content. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching. Until then, see you on the next one.
Long live the Snyder Cut! Ah!